Okay guys, so welcome back to another tactical video, and we have arrived at Erik Ten Hag, Manchester United. I know this is a sought after tactic. I got a request for it on my PES, one of my PES 21 tactical videos about doing Erik Ten Hag for Manchester United. So even though this is not going to be for PES, it's going to be for FIFA 23. I hope it will be useful, that you easily can convert this into a PES tactic based on the information I provide in this video. So we're gonna, as usual, we're gonna take a look at how they play in real life based on some research. We're gonna take a look at the team we have available in the game, and then we're gonna set up the tactic, tweak it a little bit, try to match it game versus real life, and then we're gonna head into online seasons, Division 1. We're going to give it one more try. We tried yesterday with Arsenal, and we were relatively close, but in the end we didn't make it. So we're going to give it another go with the Red Devils. So let's get started. So this is the formation I ended up using after doing the research and after tweaking the tactics. It is not the default tactic that you see in the game for Manchester United. I have tweaked it. So we're going to go through exactly what I've done, and this is going to be based on some research. As usual, I'm going to link the article in the description if you want to head over there and read more in depth about how they are playing right now. So I think originally this is a 4-3-3 in the game, but I have tweaked it, so it's a 4-2-3-1. And I've tweaked the formation, and I also tweaked the positions of the wide midfielders. So Rashford and Antony, they are not wide midfielders, they are wingers, right? You press on the square button here, and then you can press X, and then you can decide his role. And I have chosen winger on both of them. Okay, so we're gonna go into the player selection and stuff like that after I've gone through like my bullet points. And we're gonna start by how they attack. So the formation is pretty much what you see here. So they have this like base formation, and when they build up from the back, it usually turns into a 2-5-3. So you notice right away, it's not as attacking minded as, for example, Arsenal. Arsenal, they have like a 2-3-5 when they build up, with their wing backs pushing all the way up. But Manchester United, they are a little bit more cautious, so the wing backs will only drift up into the midfield position, like more or less. So this means with the 2-5-3, you basically have your Martinez and Varane at the back, Malacia, Dalot running up, pushing up, not all the way up, but further upfield at least. Christian Eriksen is going to drift a little bit wide to the left. He's going to be the deep-lying playmaker. He's going to dictate the tempo of their build-up. He's going to decide if they're going to try to go for the killer pass or try to play it safe, keep possession. He's going to decide, as the deep-lying playmaker, pretty much everything. Then you have Casemiro in the middle as the anchor, as kind of like a terrier, like bulldog kind of defensive midfielder, and in the attack he also adds a lot of passing, vertical passing, upfield. I think he's leading the team in progressive passes, so he's contributing both ways. And then you have Bruno Fernandes, who will drift a little bit towards the right, and he might also slot like in between Casemiro and Dalot towards the right side there if space opens up. But he will also try to roam a little bit higher and be like a number 10 and try to use his creativity once they are able to basically pass their way into the opposing half. He's going to be like the connection point if he is open. And the wingers, Rashford and Antony, they're going to drift inside, cut inside, try to crowd the middle of the pitch alongside the striker, who is Martial in my setup right here. On the left side, if Malacia starts, apparently he's not as attacking minded as Luke Shaw. There is a position battle at left back because they have Luke Shaw and Malacia, and it seems like they are rotating a little bit. I've chosen to go with Malacia. I'm going to take a look at that later. I think he actually has better work rates, if I remember correctly, than Luke Shaw. But it's going to be useful to have Luke Shaw on the bench. He is going to come in as a substitute for Malaysia in the second halves. On the right side, Dalot is a little bit more attacking minded than Malaysia, because Dalot, he will be very energetic down the right side. He's going to try to overlap Anthony and provide some width on the right side there. And because he is pushing so high, it is actually useful, both when Bruno Fernandes tried to come a little bit short into the right side there. That's left open by Dalot running forward. Fernandes will take that space in the build-up. And then you also have Casemiro covering a little bit if they get caught in transition with Dalot high up the pitch. Casemiro is towards the right side there. He will fall back and try to cover like the wide area there. So that's basically the attacking. They are very patient in the build-up. They will kick the ball around at the back a lot if nothing's opens up. They will wait for the opportunity to present itself, but it's primarily going to be through Eriksen or Bruno Fernandes trying those good passes with their good feet. They can hit it long, they can thread the needle, they can hit it over the top. And you have Marcus Rashford on the left side there with his speed just running through and over the top in behind. That's going to be a key thing to try to accomplish here. Direct passing down the left side. And on the right side, Anthony, he has a lot of speed, but he's more like a guy who likes to get the ball in his feet to dribble. And also because you have Dalot on the overlap, you can do a lot of wide overloads on the right side using Fernandes, Anthony and Dalot, those three to outnumber the wingback and get around and get the ball into the box. So that's pretty much the attacking. For the defending, they defend in this formation right here. Apparently they are trying to press high, but you may notice this starting 11, there aren't that many defensive-minded players except for Casemiro in their midfield and their forwards. If you look at other teams, you might find like one or two extra defensive-minded players up front. This team is not that defensive-minded. They have to rely a lot on their defense, the back four and Casemiro as well, to be able to basically use their strengths whenever the midfield is outplayed. So basically what they do is they try to do like a high press with the front three and the midfield three. And those two units will try to press relatively high, and there will be some distance between the midfield and the back four, so they don't get beaten in behind that much. So basically what happens if the opponent is able to play through the press, Manchester United have to rely extra on Casemiro's defensive playmaking ability, doing the tackles, cutting the passing lanes, and they also have to rely on their central midfield, central defenders, who are, after all, pretty good. Let's face it, they have some world-class defensive midfielders and centre-backs right here in Casemiro and Varane. And also De Gea, especially in the game, he is 87, high-rated goalie. He will make a lot of good saves for you, so you can risk a little bit with the defensive high press and hope that De Gea does some great saves. So that's pretty much it. They don't do anything special in defense from what I've been reading. The article didn't go into detail all that much, other than they do. I mean, most teams do a high press right now. Like, there are a few teams that are not doing a high press, but generally, especially Ten Hag likes to do the high press. Like to try to force turnovers. When they force the turnover and they have the right opportunity to go on the counter, they will try to take it, especially with Rashford and Martial up top. But it's pretty straightforward. So let's take a look a little bit at the position battles you have right here on the team. So at the back, Varane is going to start and De Gea is going to start. Those are going to be the starters. And then Dalot is also going to start. I feel like Dalot is a lot more flexible than Wan-Bissaka. So Dalot is going to be the starter. Varane. Also Lisandro Martinez, I like to have him instead of Maguire. And I think that is self-explanatory in a way, although Maguire is 80 rated and everything. We know Maguire is more clunky, more slow. So Martinez is going to be the preferred starter. Then Malacia on the left side. I like him because he has medium-high work rates. And if we compare him to Luke Shaw, he only has medium-medium. And either way, Luke Shaw is going to make a lot of substitutions into the left-back positions in the second half of the matches. So it's going to be useful either way. Then in the midfield, it's going to be Christian Eriksen as the playmaker. Extremely good passing skills, and he also has good dribbling, so you can do some playmaking with him. He's going to drift wide towards the left. Casemiro is going to be the DMF. Bruno Fernandes, high work rates. He can finish and pass and dribble. And then you have Rashford on the left side. He can also play up top if you don't like Martial. And then on the left side, you can go with Jadon Sancho. But I went with Rashford on the left and Martial on top. And then we have Anthony on the right side. Also, Sancho can also play right side if you want to put him in there. But Anthony, high work rates, worked out pretty well. So on the bench you have, as I mentioned, you have Sancho, who can play both left and right wing off the bench. You have Van de Beek, you have Fred, you have McTominay to shore up the midfield defensively. Late in the matches, if you want to sub off Eriksen, who is more like offensive-minded. If you want to get some defenders, like defensive-minded midfielders in there, you have two options right here. And then you also have Maguire off the bench at centre-back if you want to do some subs there. What ended up happening for me is Diego Dalot is going to be tired very quickly in the second half, so the game suggested that Maguire should come in for him. So I ended up using Harry Maguire as right back in the second halves. Not ideal, but taking that into consideration, you could actually drop having a backup goalie. You could bench, you can put Dubravka off the squad completely, and you can go with Wan-Bissaka as a backup right back just for that. Okay, let's head into the tactics. So we're going to do the pressure on heavy touch. We're going to do the high press. And then we're going to have a width at 45, depth at 50. They don't do like a crazy high press, but they do a high press. And the defensive line is positioned like fairly close to the goal, but not too close. So it's going to be like a middle ground, like 50. Build up is going to be balanced. We're going to take whatever is given to us. We're going to have chance creation on forward runs. I want to have runs from Rashford in behind. I want to have runs from the fullbacks, from Dalot. I want my striker to make forward runs, and I also want Bruno to make forward runs whenever he needs to and have space. So width is going to be 55. So this is going to be kind of like a continuation to yesterday's Arsenal tactics, where I had 40 width in defense and 60 width on offense, and that caused a lot of problems whenever we got into transition defensively, because for some reason the game is not able to adjust, it seems like, when the width is too big of a difference between offense to defense. It causes the players to be out of position sometimes. At least that was my experience yesterday with Arsenal tactics. And then we're going to have 4 players in the box. Nothing crazy, because if you think about it, they have like kind of like a 4-2-3-1, and then it's the striker and the wingers and Bruno who's going to be the ones inside the box usually. All the other guys, especially Eriksen, Casemiro, and the defense, except for Dalot maybe, they're gonna stay back pretty much. Eriksen is a deep-lying playmaker. He's not gonna roam all that much into the offense. So we don't need that many guys into the box. And we're gonna try to balance the defense a little bit, try to use this as a mechanism to try to avoid transitions against where we get beaten and outnumbered. And then we have 3 and 2 on corners and free kicks as usual. So For the instructions on Martial, I think I left it on default, everything. Then we have Marcus Rashford. I have come back on defense, cut inside on chance creation, and support runs, get in behind. And these two on default. And then for Anthony, come back on defense, cut inside, and on support runs, he's going to do whatever is best in any situation. I don't have get in behind like Rashford, because Anthony can receive the ball short and do a pass or a dribble or long shot. Like, I think you get the most out of him having him being more dynamic and more unpredictable, while Rashford is more like a direct player. Everything else on default right there. Bruno Fernandes, come back on defense to help the press. It's going to drift wide, hopefully towards the right side primarily, to try to exploit the space right there. And everything else is on default. Christian Eriksen, we're going to have balanced defense, balanced attack, normal interceptions. It's going to cover wing on defense. And it's going to be the deep lying playmaker with the positioning freedom. So he drifts towards the left, hopefully, to receive the ball in the build-up, and then he's going to do the killer passes. Casemiro, cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, aggressive interceptions. He's going to cover the wing on defense, and he's going to stick to position. He's basically going to do all the things we talked about earlier. Malacia, we have him, aggressive interceptions with the overlap. He's going to have balanced attack, nothing crazy. While Dalot is going to join the attack on overlaps, he's also going to have aggressive interceptions. He's going to stick to position as well. For the center backs, we basically have everything on default. So yesterday, and also with Newcastle, we did step up on the defenders to have the man mark the opponent, but apparently Manchester United are not that aggressive with their back four. They don't want to risk that much compared to those other teams, apparently. At least that's the way I interpret the research. So we don't have step up on these guys, but on De Gea, we left it on default as well. So no sweeper keeper on this one, because we are not going to use it as much, I think. We're not going to have use for sweeping as much as we did with Arsenal and with Newcastle, because the defenders don't have step up. Okay, I hope that made sense for you. Now we're going to head into the gameplay. I have played already the entire season in Division 1, so I'm going to cut in the highlights. I'll see you guys in like 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're going to wrap things up. So I think one thing that you have to keep in mind whenever you play with a very good team is they are not limited to one way of playing. Like if you compare like, let's say a weaker team that only has like a couple of good players, like a couple of really good players, they have to rely a lot more on specific attacking patterns and stuff like that, while really good teams, they have more options. And you have to keep that in mind as well when you play with a team like Manchester United or even Arsenal. It's very difficult to play according to a specific pattern, because basically you have to adjust to the situation in game. You know what I mean? It's not like, for example, Union Berlin. They play a certain way because they have limited players. when they attack a certain way because that will maximize the abilities of their best players. But good teams like Manchester United, you can attack down the middle if you want, you can attack up the sideline, you can do a lot of stuff depending on the situation you get. That makes sense. Oh, dangerous. Wow. Okay, so we win the first match, Martial hat-trick, and I'm pretty satisfied. Okay. This is going to be the first real challenge. PSG is going to be a pain in the ass. No offside? Wow. Casemiro is burned by Neymar. Wow, De Gea. Oosh. But I mean, this is the problem when you face PSG, obviously. They can do some trickery up the middle and then we'll just get space open, you know, because of the skill moves. He is a good player though, I'm not saying he's a bad player, I'm just saying that it's more difficult obviously than it is against other equally rated team like 5-star teams, because they have so many of these tricksters up top. Neymar, Messi and Mbappe, you know? Some of the lofted through balls are so weak, and I don't know why. I have the angle, I have the right foot, and I have everything, the right play, oh my god. So I wasn't doing anything wrong, you know what I mean? Varan, man, Varan. What is it? That is just, I have no words for that sequence, man. So we pick up another point, a draw. I mean, we can't draw too many matches like we did yesterday with Arsenal. We need to keep the amount of draws at a minimum, but this is a good draw because we were down. We came from behind. Okay, so we face PSG again. Let's hope it's not the same player because he was good. I don't want to face too many good players, you know what I mean? Obviously, the one thing when you face like a good player is that your game plan is basically out the window, right? We're supposed to play like Manchester United in real life as much as we can, but whenever you face a good player, it's all survival mode, you know what I mean? Any kind of nice play and build up and everything is out the window. Defense is way too passive and it starts with the pass out to Neymar. Diego Dalot is like 5 meters off him. No way, no way. Talking about a freebie, that was absolutely... I mean... yeah, no words. Thank you very much is all I have to say. Wow. Ooh. There we go, Varane. I don't understand what I'm doing here. Oh my god, man. Hey, penal, penal. Wow, man. Wow, what a play, man. Oh, that is so close. No way. No way. No, 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 no. No! The draws are gonna kill me again. Just as it did yesterday with Arsenal. Oh my god, and he's messaging me! He gets the script overtime equalizer and he messages me? No, Manchester United. No, 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 no.
This is a message from Tyler Berry. That's Tyler Berry. Can you please make yourself known to the nearest steward? Thank you.
Come on, man. Oh, come on. Sometimes it seems so forced, like the outcome of the... Okay. Let's see how this guy plays with Arsenal, like what kind of setup he has. Ooh. Ay, 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 what a save. Come on. Oh my god. No way! Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Careful, careful. What is going on? What is going on? Scripting is going on, that is what? Wow. Oh, careful, careful. Ooh. Nice. I think it was Lisandro there trying to head it out, so really unlucky with like the pairing inside the box there. Anyone else? I mean, Lisandro is the only player you don't want in that situation, basically. Anyone else, please? What a save! Penal, 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 penal. need 8 points for the title, and I have 3 matches remaining. It's PSG again, oh my god. I guess we have to earn it if we are gonna win in like every single match from here on out. No. No way! Martial, man! Watch out, watch out! Wow! We hang on for the win. Like, how we won this match, I have no idea, but we won it! We need 5 points. We have 6 points, potentially. Hey, RB Leipzig. Okay, this is a good team as well. They have a lot of good, like, trickster players. Here we go! Bruno with the run in behind. Rage quit! We need one more win and we get the title. I hope it's not PSG, man. I hope not PSG. Looks like Chelsea? Wow, Chelsea. My players feel super slow. I know I say that a lot, but it's substantial, you know? Anthony, vamos! No, Sterling is through. Sterling is through. No! No, no, no! Hey, Martial wins it to Rashford. What a save. There we go, Varane. Finally we hit it. Bruno. Martial, let's go. Here we go. Anthony. Come on, Anthony. No, it's too slow. Thiago Silva, man. Haha. Would you believe 3 matches ago? Wow. Come on, Bruno. Come on. Ooh. Yay. Okay, so there we have it. We are champions of Division 1 with Manchester United, and what can I say other than it worked out perfectly? The formation, the tactics, everything worked perfectly. We beat some good teams. We faced some 5-star teams today. We did not face any 5-star teams with Arsenal yesterday. But today we actually faced PSG 4 times and Real Madrid 1 time. And we still managed to get the title. So what else can I say than the tactics worked perfectly? Very nice team to play with. A lot of good players. A lot of good skill. We scored some nice goals. We played some solid defense. We frustrated our opponents, which is always nice. We frustrated them because we played well, not because of random stuff. So what do you guys think about these tactics? I hope you found it useful, guys. If you try them out, be sure to let me know how they worked out, online or offline or wherever you decide to use them. And I hope they are like translatable into PES if someone wants to try it out there. And yeah, I have nothing else to say. Next team, even though we got the title right here, we're going to continue playing with different teams and see how they compare to each other. If I'm able to also win more titles with other teams or not, to try to basically evaluate like how good is Manchester United and these tactics compared to other teams and other tactics. So next team, I don't know which it's going to be. I could stick to the Premier League and do more teams there before jumping over to other leagues. I have been looking at a couple of Spanish teams, but I haven't decided anything yet. I think I'm going to lean towards like 4-star, 3.5-star teams, like a little bit lower rated teams to try that out to see how that works. If you have any ideas for me, just leave it in the comments and I will consider it for sure. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like it, and if you disliked it, you dislike it. Let me know in the comments what you felt about it. And until the next one, stay safe, take care, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys, okay?